Hello, KJ.
Hi, Sid. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling glad to be back.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Every day is a happy Monday. So this is Rabbi Sydney, and I'm KJ Landis, and we are
two Jewish moms.
Shoot the Shit. Welcome, friends and family. We would just like to share with you some questions that we received this week. This week's question is kind of important, especially for Bay Area. On the coasts, we find more of these sorts of questions amongst Jewish communities and kids and parents of all religions.
It's true. So a congregant wrote in a question about her daughter. Her daughter asked her, can't I do yoga and be Jewish? Is there anything wrong with it? And I think it's an interesting question because, as you said, especially in the Bay Area, people have many different practices. And the question is, are you doing something wrong by entertaining a different practice that's not a religious practice, but is helpful to you physically or spiritually in your meditation? So what do you think?
Or emotionally. Mm-hmm. Yoga is a philosophy, and I'd like to read something. I'm a yoga teacher as well as a yoga practitioner, and I teach 3 different kinds of yoga, and I practice 4. Yoga is union or yoking. Yoga is a philosophy and practical approach to realizing you're a spirit inside a human experience. Yoga doesn't always mean that the deities from the yoga ancient words are worshipped. Students are free to maintain their religious practices and practice yoga too. I see it as an accompaniment to any religious life and rituals you have. All rituals that have meaning to you are important.
I totally agree with you, and I don't think there has to be anything that's mutually exclusive about yoga. You could be a Hindu, you could be Christian, you could be Jewish, you can be any religion and have yoga be a practice because, as we've talked about, prayer, meditation, yoga, it's all about elevating your spirit and your spiritual life. And it's something that as people, we're embodied. We're so focused on the material world. So I feel like people can come to synagogue. They're not doing anything wrong by doing yoga outside of the synagogue. In fact, I would love it if people did yoga during the services.
If you did yoga inside the synagogue, it's not an affront to any person, place, or thing. Now, we're not talking naked yoga. We're talking
no, we're not talking
movement
naked
yoga. And there's also a capital Y yoga. So the whole point of the 8-limb path of yoga is once you do certain things in your spiritual world, in your daily cleanliness, in your hygiene, in your right act, right thought, right action, right deed, then you can get to the capital Y yoga, which is meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is the same thing as prayer. It's repeating something over and over again, and that's found in any ritualistic sense, whether it's a religious ritual or non-religious ritual. It's kind of like pizza.
It is kind of like pizza. Like, what's your favorite pizza?
I love pizza with a pesto, white clam, and spicy pepperoni on it with extra well done crusts. Which is pizza?
Which is really not kosher, but sounds delicious.
It's not a Jewish pizza.
The thing is that I love pizza too, and I love just really plain deep dish cheese pizza. They're both pizza, but it's like
they're both pizza, but we're adding different things to it. Exactly. It's another layer of your experience so that you can be in your religion in a more deep way if you want. So you can be in your own personal philosophies. Because we just want to help people. And you can't do that if your mind is cluttered, whether you're religious or not.
Right. I do have to say, though, one of my issues is I'd much rather have pizza than do yoga. But I universally do not feel great after I eat pizza. And every single time I do yoga, I feel much better afterwards. Even if I'm resistant to it, the meditation, the physical practice, the awareness just brings me to a different place and a better place than I was in when I entered it. So what I have to say to you is you practice 4 and you teach 3 kinds of yoga. My friend KJ, what don't you do? I think that's for another episode. We're 2 Jewish moms.
And we're shooting the shit. And we will see you soon. Big kisses and loves. Bye.
Bye.
Whoops, I hit your boob. Sorry.